So here's my current Balisong collection as it stands. As I mentioned in a previous episode, I'm going to be getting the Batangas blades pretty soon, and I'm looking to get the episode for that one out. But when you're looking to start your Balisong practice and or your Balisong collection, there's a couple of things that I want everybody to think about as you are going through this. Number one, why? Why are you looking to do it? Because if you're looking to start a Balisong practice or a Balisong collection, you want to think of it from two perspectives, because there are two types of practitioners out there that carry the Balisong. One of them starts from a martial tradition, because the Filipino Balisong has been integrated very successfully into the Filipino martial arts. It's a part of several curriculums where it is taught in addition to all the other weapons that are involved, which includes sticks, fixed knives, swords, sword and shield, and even flexible weapons. And that is a very distinct practice of the Balisong, with a primary focus on, number one, deployment, and also, number two, introducing it in case of an altercation where it could be lethal. What the Balisong does is that it offers non-lethal options, because as you can see, it is designed so that it can actually act primarily as a palm stick first, or a fist load. So it acts as a puño, which is the butt end of a Filipino martial arts stick, an eskrima stick, and that's actually one of the deadlier parts of a stick. So it serves as impact weapon, but also flexible weapon, and then ultimately an edged weapon. So there's three parts to a Balisong. So something to think about is that if you're looking to get started, are you looking to get started from the perspective of its origins, which is martial? The other pedagogy is it for fun? Is it for hobby? Or in other words, for flipping? Meaning, in the martial tradition, the primary purpose of flipping the Balisong is for deployment and retention. Whereas in the flipping practice, it's really for enjoyment. There are health benefits in terms of improved manual dexterity, improved coordination, improved hand-eye. So there's a lot of physical benefits and health benefits to it. So when you're looking to start your Balisong journey, have that dialed in so that you have an understanding of the kind of tools you're going to be purchasing, but also the kinds of resources that you're going to be looking for in terms of books, online resources, who are the subject matter experts that you should be going to. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to go through those a little bit. But if you're looking at either way, you're going to have a collection that's going to have a steady progression. Meaning, you're going to have three kinds of tools to practice with. So you're going to have the first one, and I'm going to have it pictured here. This is the Squiddy trainer. So it's a Squiddy trainer from Squid Industries, and what it is, it's a plastic and there's no edge on it. So basically, it doesn't function as a blade, so it's a non-blade option. There are many options for the Balisong like this in the market. I prefer the Squiddy because number one, it's well constructed. Number two, it is very safe. I actually started with a Balisong comb of all things, but they sell all kinds of non-bladed Balisong versions. There's a Balisong bottle opener, there's a Balisong comb, there's a Balisong spoon, there's a Balisong fork. There's all types of non-bladed versions that's really just for flipping and for enjoyment. I prefer the Squiddy because it is plastic. It's supported by a very well-renowned company in the Balisong community. And the other reason why I like it is not only is it a great access point, entry point for you when you're first starting, it's also for any advanced practitioners as a point of regression, meaning if there's an added trick or combination that you want to add to your skill set, you kind of want to try it out first on a non-bladed version to reduce any risks of accidental cuts. So that's the first thing I would recommend. So if you're looking to start your Balisong collection, definitely prioritize a non-bladed version. I myself started with a Balisong comb. I would recommend either that or the Squid Industries Squiddy Balisong Squiddy. The other one that I would recommend is a Balisong that's going to be a little closer to the real thing. So this is a bladed but unsharpened version. So what we're looking at here, and I really like this a lot, is the Nabalis Vulp. The Nabalis Vulp is a collaboration with the company Nabalis and also the YouTube influencer and Balisong flipper Will Hirsch. And what I really like about it, number one, it really takes on the profile of most Balisong flipping knives. It also has double duty where it has a bottle cap opener over here. And it's really wonderfully put together in terms of how the handle here has these smooth edges so that if you're transitioning from one grip to another, you have this very nice feedback. But also the etching over here, and then this over here, this kind of jimping over here, gives you an idea of where you are in terms of the grip. If you have to go from a grip like this, or you have to switch to a grip like this, so you know exactly where you are at all times. But most of all, the reason why I like this kind of intermediate trainer is that it starts to get you used to the idea that you are dealing with a blade. It has a tip. So although it is not sharpened, as you can see here, it starts to get you used to a blade. The idea that whether you're doing it for the martial tradition, EDC, utility, self-defense, or for flipping, ultimately you are dealing with a blade. So doing an intermediate version of a trainer, and in this particular case the Nabalis Vulp, which I really like, and if I'm not mistaken this was $65, $69. So this is really good, and the handle is actually aluminum, and it's a lot of fun to play with, and it feels a lot like the real thing. So it's a good intermediate tool so that you can start to transition to the real thing, which is a real Balisong. And you have quite a few options that are out there when you're transitioning. So when you have the plastic version, the intermediate version, and now the live version, the ones that I have here, I have my 3 Kershaws. These are all under $150 each, so very accessible. And then you have the Benchmade, like I mentioned, which is a gift from my friend Harvey. That one is made, the handle is made of titanium, and the steel is premium. It's like an S30V, which is a premium steel. And the Kershaw Lucha and the Moonshot, the handle is made of steel, and the blade, if I'm not mistaken, is a 14cm28. I believe that's the designation. I could be wrong, or I could have mangled that. But the idea is that by the time you have transitioned to using a live version of the blade itself, now you're dealing with a live version. Now, why get a live version if I actually want to just flip the knife? You don't have to get a live version, but I think working with a live version is also a very good thing, because now you're not just flipping. Now you're not just doing any sort of acrobatics where you throw it around and without any awareness of what it is that you're doing, because a live edge you can get an accidental cut, and as a result you learn to respect the tool. And ultimately that's what I like about the Balisong. It really teaches you respect, because you can't just do tricks where you're flipping, opening, all of these kinds of tricks where all of a sudden you can just do whatever you want without understanding that there is skill involved with a requisite risk and a learning curve. So if you're looking to start a Balisong practice, in my opinion, you should have all 3 categories in place. There should be a plastic version, a non-bladed version like a Squiddy or a Balisong comb, and an intermediate version which is a little bit more like a blade, and it actually has the blade profile itself to start to remind you that, hey, this actually comes from a blade tradition. And then ultimately you have the bladed options. That's what's really cool about all of it. And so when you're looking to start a Balisong collection, have these things in mind, because if you have a practice in place, you have progressions and regressions for the tool. So that's it for today's video. I like that Princess G here, Princess Giselle, has decided to join the video. She likes our Balisongs. She seems quite comfortable on them. So thank you very much for joining today's video. I hope it was informational and educational for you in terms of your continuation of your practice, either for your Balisong flipping practice or starting a Filipino martial Balisong practice. I hope that this was a helpful video for you. Thank you very much.